There are 6 everyday parenting habits that can quietly teach children to stop coming to you when they're struggling. In over 10 years as a special education teacher, I've worked with families that had no idea their everyday interactions were sending messages they never intended. Let's look at habit number 1, minimizing big feelings. When your child comes to you upset, your first instinct is probably to make them feel better as quickly as possible. So we say things like, "You're okay, it wasn't that bad, you're fine." Big kids don't cry over little things, and that's normal. When someone we love is hurting, we naturally want them to stop. But when we immediately tell children they're okay, before they've had a chance to feel understood, they may hear a very different message than the one we intended. Maybe my feelings are too big. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I should keep this to myself next time. It's about patterns. When children repeatedly feel like their emotions are brushed past instead of understood, they may slowly stop bringing these emotions to us. You don't have to fix the feeling. You don't have to agree that the broken block tower is a big deal. You just have to let them know you see it. You might say something like, "You're really disappointed your tower fell. That surprised you. You're having a hard time right now." Then stay with them. Because before children learn to calm themselves, they first learn what calm feels like from us. The second habit, expecting independence before they're ready. Our culture celebrates independence. We love hearing things like, "She does everything by herself. He doesn't need any help. They're so independent." And independence is a wonderful goal. The problem is, sometimes we expect it before our child's brain is ready. Think about emotional regulation for a minute. We often tell children, "Go calm down. Take a break until you're ready. You can handle this yourself." But emotional regulation isn't something children are born knowing how to do. It's a skill they learn. And just like any other skill, someone has to teach it to them. Before children can calm themselves, they need someone to help calm them first. That's called co-regulation. Every time you stay calm while they're upset, you're showing their brain what calm feels like. And after enough practice, they slowly begin to do it on their own. That's how real independence grows, not from expecting it, but from teaching it. Habit number 3, waiting until they're calm before you move in. If the only time we move in with comfort is after our child has stopped crying, what pattern might they be learning? Over time, they might begin to think, when I have big feelings, people move away. When I'm calm again, people come back. That's a powerful lesson. Instead, try moving toward them while they're still in the middle of those feelings. You don't have to try and solve the problem. Just let them know they're not alone. Sometimes your presence teaches more than your words ever could, because children don't just learn that they're safe when they're calm. They learn they're safe when someone stays, even when they're struggling. Habit 4, giving the most connection to the easy version of your child. When do you feel the most connected to your child? When they're laughing, playing, helping, and everything's going smoothly, right? It's easier to connect when everything feels easy. But here's the pattern that I want you to notice. If most of our warmth, attention, and connection happens when our children are calm and easy, they may begin to believe that's the version of themselves we enjoy the most. So without realizing it, they start hiding the messy parts. Not because they're trying to fool us, but because all of us naturally repeat the things that bring us connection. Instead, make a point to lean in when your child is struggling. When they tell you something hard, pause. When they ask for help, be glad they came to you. When they show you the messy parts, let them know those parts are welcome too. Because your child doesn't need to know they're loved when they're easy. They need to know they're loved when they're having a hard time too. Habit number 5, teaching that strong people handle everything alone. Children are always watching us, not just what we say, but what we do. We tell them it's okay to ask for help. We tell them it's okay to have feelings, but what do they actually see? Do they ever see us ask for help? Do they ever hear us say, "I'm feeling frustrated today. I'm going to take a few deep breaths. I'm going to call a friend because I could use someone to talk to"? Or do they mostly see us push through, keep everything inside, and pretend that we're fine? Children learn what healthy looks like by watching the adults around them. If we want our children to come to us when it gets hard, they need to see that even grown-ups aren't meant to handle everything alone. If you recognize yourself in one or two of these habits, that's normal. Most of us learned these same patterns from the adults who raised us. The important part isn't whether you've done them before, it's what you do now. Remember, children don't learn who we are from one conversation. They learn from the patterns we create over time. So this week, don't try to change all 5 habits at once. Just pick one. Maybe it's replacing "you're okay" with "that was really disappointing." Maybe it's staying close a little longer when your child is upset. Maybe it's letting them see you ask for help. Small changes, repeated over and over, become new patterns. And those patterns teach our children something they'll carry with them for the rest of their lives. One of the greatest gifts we can give our children isn't teaching them they never have to struggle, it's teaching them they never have to struggle alone. If this video helped you see your child or even yourself a little differently, I'd love to know which habit stood out to you the most. Let me know in the comments. And if you're trying to understand behavior before correcting it, I'd love to have you here. I'll see you in the next one.